does dating suck more for men or for women? Samantha.
I think it really depends on the type of person that man is and on the type of person that woman is, because
let's just say broadly speaking, in general
speaking,
or we could say average woman versus average man. Does dating suck more for?
I think right now in this day and age it sucks more for a woman.
It sucks more for women. Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
I feel like men are really, and this is just me, like there could be a man out there who would do amazing things for me and has no bad intentions whatsoever, but I feel like I've been treated, like in my experience, very carelessly, in the sense where I've had a man like, okay, put effort in maybe for a year, but once that year is over, it's like, okay, I'm either going to cheat on you or I'm not going to put effort into the relationship, but I'm not even going to tell you that I'm not interested anymore. So it's up to me to get up and leave. And same thing with,
so they're just kind of keeping you around.
Yeah. And same thing with even just on dates, like even if you're just dating and you're not really in a relationship, I feel like guys don't have, like, for me, if I don't like you, you'll know and I'll tell you, but guys have this
You'll tell them?
Yeah. I mean, like,
how would
I guess so, like if I don't want to go on a date with someone, I will say straight up, I do not want to go on a date with you. And they know that they're not going to go on a date with me. They know that they're not going to see me again. But with guys, I feel like it gets, like they could lead you on for so long and then it's just a careless thing. Or they're seeing someone. I've had a guy and I maybe saw him for 4 months and he was seeing someone else the entire time. He had a whole girlfriend. And I don't know.
Did you have a discussion with him though? Was there an understanding that you guys
there
were
was
going to
a
be
mutual
monogamous?
understanding where I completely thought that he was only seeing me. So, and I think also like the dating apps, social media, it all plays a role in it. They think that they have so many people at their disposal at all times and they forget. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's so frustrating. But I think because of those things and because that's been so normalized, I think it does suck more for women now because I do want to get treated nice. Like just like the same effort that I'm putting in a relationship, I want that back. And for some reason, guys they don't even have that decency. But again, that's my experience. I'm sure there's someone out there that does, but for right now, that's where I'm at.
So your firsthand experience has not been great.
No. And then I've also had guys who are amazing, and I'm sure that they would treat me amazing, but I don't have feelings for them.
That is the crux.
I don't know where that comes from.
And so you're not attracted to them?
Yeah.
Well, isn't it interesting that the guys that you end up with or that you're attracted to happen to be the guys that you say they're not treating you well,
right,
or they're kind of playing you.
Don't fall in line with standards, things like that.
Okay.
It's weird. It's almost like I do like a bit of a chase.
Okay. So would you say they're exciting?
Yes.
These men?
Yes. I would say that they're exciting.
Would you say they're jerks?
Yes. I would
Are
say
you
that
attracted to jerks?
I like a little bit of attitude.
Or a bad boy. Do you like bad boys?
Yes.
Okay. Is it plot? So, sorry, go ahead. Keep going.
I had nothing else after that.
Well, I was gonna ask, you mentioned that there were guys who they were interested in you.
Yeah.
And you had the impression that they would actually be perfectly dutiful boyfriends.
Yes.
But you're just not attracted to them.
Absolutely. 100%.
So do you think there's a way to reconcile that to being like, well, they're not quite exciting, but maybe?
Yes. And I've heard the term, like you don't always end up with your soulmate. But I mean, like I've heard,
not really soulmates.
Not soulmate, but I guess, okay. Yeah. I don't agree with the idea of a soulmate either, but I guess it was the idea like, okay, if you're going to be with someone in a very long-term thing, like such as marriage, like be with someone that you know for the long term is going to be good for you versus that excitement at the beginning. But I don't know if I agree. I don't know.
So let me ask you a question. Is the biggest problem that you're encountering with the men that you're attracted to and that you're dating, you said there was like a guy for 4 months, maybe there was a guy for a year, is the biggest thing that you're encountering that they are not really committing to you? Like they're players and they're just...
Yes, they are.
There's
players,
other women in the picture.
But also too, what you said, playing the game is a big thing, because when I don't play the game, I notice that I get played. But when I do play the game, I notice that I almost can kind of curate a relationship with a man if I play it the right way. And it's such a funny thing.
What does that mean when you play the game? When you're playing the game, what does that mean?
Let's say they text me, like, I'm not going to respond right away. I'm going to make them think that I have better things. I mean, obviously I do have better things to do than respond to them, but I'm going to make them think that I could care less whether I see them again or whether things like that. It's like, I need them to know that I don't need them more than they need me. And that's a part of the game a little bit, because guys, when they feel, I don't know, I actually can't speak on that.
When they feel what? No, go ahead.
I feel like when they feel like, oh, woman is, oh my God, she's investing all this time in me, she's expecting these things from me, they get really intimidated and they start to sort of run away from you and they feel insecure. So now they're talking to other women and they're doing anything they can to run away from either having feelings for you if they do, or having the responsibility of letting you down. So.
So well said.
So do you think, and never mind. Go ahead.
So well said. You put that into words so beautifully. And yes, energies that I've felt so deeply as well. But to answer this question, well, I feel like we're assuming heteronormativity. So just to presence that, when the question is, dating suck more for men and women?
We can keep it just within the confines of straight.
I kind of have two answers to this, because I feel like I love being a woman, and I love being a woman who's dating and single and like just in my sensual expression. And I feel that even with the unsafety of women in some situations and just the misogyny, etc., I feel that there's this like pulse of the goddess that men feel.
What? The goddess?
The goddess.
Who is
the goddess?
Eris? Is that Eris? Eros?
When I say the goddess, it's like this energy that's within all of us for sure, but it's this like feminine radiance that men or anyone can feel, and there's this like...
It's an aura?
It's an aura. It's like, okay, like the concept, if we're gonna like break it down a bit, it's like how women can get in free at many clubs and men can't, kind of thing.
That's an aura thing? I thought that was just a hot chick thing.
Exactly, hot chick thing. Okay, so we're talking like goddesses, right?
Okay, so is goddess like a physical, like they're just...
Like we're all goddesses here.
Myself included?
If you
Am I a goddess?
You can be.
Fuck yeah. What about Kiki?
Definitely a goddess.
Over here. She's a goddess.
Codes, yes.
Yeah, she's a babe. She's a bit shy, but she's a goddess.
So, okay, so in my subjective answer, two answers, that in the mainstream communities, I feel like dating sucks a bit more for men. And there's like there's pressure and like there's, how do I, what do I do? And the responsibility, and do I pay, and do I have to have the master plan, all this stuff. But in the spiritual circles that I'm in, I feel like, as I was saying at the beginning, there's this like limited amount of conscious men. And so it sucks more for women who are looking for men. But like for myself, who's into men and women, it's awesome. But as I am calling right now my life partner into my field, who I do want to be a man, I feel this thing of like, there are so many conscious women out there, and all these men who are like taken by the conscious women, but there are a finite amount of conscious men. And there are so many more that are like waking up and growing. And yeah, so that question has like a few different answers based on the circles that you're in.
Okay. Good answer.
Thank you.
I kind of also don't have a direct answer. Like I could see both sides. For women, if they really wanted to like just go on a date with a random guy, like they could easily on any dating app. Mm-hmm. But like we're also subject to like, not like fear, but you don't know the guy. So like it's like danger, and then like, I don't know, it's a little scarier for women, but maybe I could see like for men, it's harder to find like a girl that will agree to go on a date with them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's just my stance though.
I feel like dating is definitely hard in this digital age. I think a lot of things are more superficial on both sides. Geez, I don't know. I'd say there definitely is a lot more, I don't know more, but there is a lot of pressure on men, like financially, definitely.
So like paying for the first date,
Yeah.
for example. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else? It's not, I didn't mean to cut you off. It sounded like you had a few other things to add to that.
No,
so.
yeah. I definitely think there's pressure on both sides. Yeah.
Okay.